What is the real India that we live in? Number one. Despite 10 years of, so-called high growth and all that,
you don't, because you don't have policies. You don't, because you don't have policies which increase employment. You have bad economic policies.
We live. Prasenjit, 1 minute. Prasenjit, 1 minute. Prasenjit, 1 minute. No. I need to go to the Congress party on this. 1 second, Prasenjit, 1 minute. What's the
jobs?
What's the moot point? 1 minute, gentlemen. 1 minute.
Create jobs.
Can make my argument anyway.
Prasenjit, I'm just getting others, and I'm going to come back to you.
The point. You have failed to create jobs. Your economic growth has failed to create jobs.
So we are not so pessimistic.
The organized sector employment in our country.
So this is the most. This is
less than 3 crore.
Prasenjit.
Out of a workforce of 45 crore.
Market
less
policies.
than 3 crore people in our country.
Prasenjit, 1 minute. Prasenjit, 1 minute.
Employed in the organized sector.
1 minute. 1 minute, Prasenjit. Just a minute.
That's because UPA2 failed to create jobs.
1 second. My question. Yeah, one minute. Prasenjit and Meghnad Desai, just a minute. Just retreat
from power for 6 years.
Yeah. 1 second. Prasenjit.
Employment in our country
Prasenjit, a minute, please. Please hear me out. I don't want to keep speaking over you. Question here is this. See, look, please understand. I'm going back to Vinod Mehta and I'm going to Ajay Bose and I'm going to the Congress parties to answer. I mean, Vinod Mehta, on 23rd of July 2011, I have a quote of Rahul Gandhi who says, here in Uttar Pradesh, people don't talk about their state. They talk about their caste and religion. We must stop talking about our caste and religion. Parties must not play the politics of caste. Jaat pe na paat pe, Rahul ji ke baat pe, button dabe ka haath pe, which meant in the UP campaign, people will not fight on caste lines. So don't you think today, Vinod Mehta, we should ask the Congress party spokesperson what happened? Rahul Gandhi, the leader who wanted to finish caste, becomes Rahul Gandhi, the leader of caste politics in 2014.
It's quite clear, Arnab, it's quite clear that Rahul Gandhi is being undermined at every step.
Yeah.
I mean, on Ashok Chavan, he's looking very, very foolish. Because I think he has said that people like Ashok Chavan will not get tickets. You see, what I think has happened is in this manifesto, the center left, the leftists of the Congress party have managed to get their way. There is a lot of National Advisory Council flavor in this manifesto. And I think that they have managed to get their way and got all these things in.
Is that the reason?
Jolawalas have actually won this manifesto.
Amee Yajnik, how do you know that Rahul Gandhi is against the Jolawalas? You know, the problem is, Vinod Mehta, you're always so forgiving and so indulgent of Rahul Gandhi. How do you know that he's against the people who you describe as the Jolawalas? In any case,
it's not clear but Arnab, it's not clear which side Rahul Gandhi is.
Now,
but from what I can understand, that we give him the benefit of the doubt. But what I am saying is that this manifesto is the work of the Jolawala brigade in the Congress party.
Tell me now, Amee Yajnik, I think you should reveal the truth. What happened?
Yes.
No, what has happened? One minute, please. How has Rahul Gandhi become a believer in caste politics? How has Rahul Gandhi become a firm believer in caste politics?
Arnab, first of all, Arnab, this language of using the word Jolawalas and all that is not befitting on a debate, much less it started all from Gujarat. Let them be there because they are doing self-help.
Vinod Mehta, you want to take back that word? Vinod Mehta, you want to take back that word Jolawala which you used?
No, let's not. No, we are insulting a lot of people who are working at the ground level. Let us not use this kind of language.
My best friends are Jolawalas. They are my very good friends. So, but I'm saying that the Jolawalas sometimes get too far.
No.
They are
First of all, if you are asking me a question, please bear to...
No, I only asked him whether he will apologize for using the word Jolawalas, which has upset you so much. That's all.
Yes.
I'll apologize.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so he's apologizing for using the word Jolawala. Let's move on.
Talk to you, yes.
So how did Rahul Gandhi become a believer in caste politics? Why does Rahul Gandhi believe in caste politics?
There is not a question of believing in caste politics.
One sec, Meghnad Desai, I'm sorry to interrupt you. What was... One sec. Meghnad Desai said something. Yes, Meghnad Desai, why are you coming in Vinod Mehta's defense? 1 minute. I'm coming to you, but I am coming to you, but Meghnad Desai for once is defending Vinod Mehta. Yes.
They are not jholawalas. They are ideal. No, I think they should not call them jholawalas, but idealistic, noble people who only care for the good of the country, but they somehow don't achieve it.
Okay. Now, Ajay Bose, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you in just a minute. But I first want to know from Amee Yajnik, when did Rahul Gandhi become a believer in caste politics?
Well, 2011 statement which you have just read out and referred to was in a different context. If you look at what is the reservation or quota which is mentioned in the manifesto,
different context
is that we will
different
try
context.
We will try to build a
different context. What is the you go to an election in Uttar Pradesh
in the private sector. Why is the private sector so wary and afraid of having any quotas?
No.
Why would they want a very elite system? That is why we have to bring corporate social responsibility. Why are we forgetting everything that is written in the Constitution?
Wonderful.
Why everyone is above the Constitution? Why should we not bring anything that is in the Constitution? We want to see that all of them, all the weaker sections do get their due, and for the time being, we should have quotas and reservations, and so we are thinking of building up a national consensus.
Miss Amee Yajnik, why don't you understand? Why don't you understand? I'm asking you a question. The central government jobs have an abundant reservation. The fact of the matter is you have not been able to fill up the jobs in central government. Unemployment among graduate youth that has happened to be 19.4% in 2011 has increased to 32% in 2012-2013. Do you know how terrible it is when 1 out of every 3 graduate youth cannot find a job? And on top of it, allow me to, on top of it, you say, we will now make sure that there are quotas in the private sector? I mean, acknowledge your
and build a national consensus. Why should there not be? Why should we not think of the weaker sectors?
You couldn't get a national consensus for 10 years. Ajay Bose.
Wary of these kind of solutions.
Ajay Bose wanted to. Ajay Bose.
Why should not be there? It's a constitutional obligation for all of us.
Well,
we see that everyone.
Your constitutional obligation is to create jobs. Your constitutional obligation is to make people of this country.
And to see that the weaker section is uplifted.
Oh, please.
We have to take steps to see that they are empowered.
I think
it cannot be done unless and until we have a rights-based regime.
So, Ajay Bose, Vani Tripathi, I'll come to you. Ajay Bose.
Shout and just do
Ajay Bose, please. Ajay Bose.
And just give empty promises to the people of this country.
Ajay
We have
Bose.
to come with a plan. This is a vision document.
Ajay Bose.
Please bear me out. If in 91 we did not have the 73rd and the 74th amendment, women would not be there as sarpanches after 20 years. There would not be a single women sarpanch.
Please understand. Ma'am, I don't want to argue with you, but I want to tell you, you have failed in your promises in 2004 and 2009. You raised the issue of reservations in the private sector. You were rebuffed. You could do nothing.
But we couldn't build a national consensus.
So you couldn't. So you failed. So admit that you failed. Admit that you failed. There must be a reason why you failed.
We are going to try for a national consensus.
Really, it's a fake promise you put before people.
We are going to take everybody along with us.
Ajay Bose rebutting. Ajay Bose.
Arnab, I think one of the problems is that whether the Congress tries to be jholawala or marketwala, the problem is that there's a lot of tokenism involved. There is no serious plan in place. If they really want to implement reservations, in a much more meaningful manner, there are many ways of doing it. The whole problem is that this tokenist approach of bloody paying lip service and not being able to implement your plan actually creates a lot of damage. It gives the impression that you're doing a lot for scheduled caste, but ultimately you end up doing very little. Similarly, this free market talk we hear, and we've been hearing this for this past 10 years, is ended up really fueling crony capitalism. So I don't think that we tend to go left and right, but the Congress has failed to make both its right-wing and left-wing policies work. So I think that is why the Congress is facing this problem after 10 years. Not because that it was ideologically driven towards a particular direction, but it has failed to implement whatever it wanted to do. It failed to implement it systematically.
Last 3 minutes of the debate by... Yes, Vinod Mehta.
Arnab.
Yes, Mr. Mehta. Yes, Mr. Mehta, you seem shocked that I'm coming to you.
You are serious. Arnab, if the Congress party was serious about reservations in the private sector, you start talking to the private sector. You cannot impose this on them. In the past, when in 2009 it happened, a committee was even set up. So this is, you can't impose on the private sector and say 5% jobs must be given to X, Y, Z. I mean, that would be taken out in courts. So nobody has thought through this manifesto. It has been put together, and I think there are about half a dozen or 15 authors. And this is a khichdi.
Absolutely, and that's the point, Prasenjit. The fact which Prasenjit does not add. I'm coming to you, Vani Tripathi, for the closing comments.
That is what I was trying to tell you.
You are giving a half-truth.
That is what I was trying to tell you, that the Congress has been promising this for the past 2 elections. They have just failed to implement it. Why are you taking it so seriously, number one? Number two is that I think reservations...
Because it affects people, because it affects the youth.
No. First of all, I don't think that the Congress, this particular promise in the Congress manifesto should be taken seriously. They have promised it twice before
So
that.
manifestos are not to be taken seriously. Manifestos are scraps of paper that need to be put in the dustbin.
You are picking up just one point of
Why should I not? It's the one which affects the people the most.
The past 2 elections,
jobs affect people.
You are making a mountain of a molehill. That is what I'm trying to
Well, I'll tell you, you may say so.
The thing is that you should have a separate debate, because your position on reservations in the private sector is full of caste prejudice.
Well,
and you are completely out of touch with the ground reality of our country. Do you know? No, even today, people are killed in the name of caste in our country.
Prasenjit, yes, but Prasenjit, 1 minute.
What are you talking about?
1 minute, please understand, be realistic on this. Be realistic on this. Be honest to yourself on this, Prasenjit, and ask yourself today that had it not been for selfish politicians who reincarnated caste in 1999, 1990, caste would not have been such a reality as it is today. You don't even know the facts that by the PMO's own admission, 1,500 companies that have adopted a voluntary code of conduct for implementation of affirmative action. You won't even say that the CI has revealed that 20% of employees in member communities belong to SC/ST community. You don't even mention that the FICCI. No, so the fact is, you don't want to talk about all that because you want to perpetuate caste. You don't want to end caste. You want to perpetuate caste.
Give me 30 seconds.
Perpetuate caste.
In our country, there are, as per the government data, there are 46 crore working people. Out of that, only 3 crore, less than 10%, work in the organized sector. Out of that, only 1.1 crore work in the private sector, private organized sector. So that is the minuscule size of the private
precisely, then there should be more reason for you to precisely. So
now let the CII or the
anyway, we'll have a separate.
Come up with the figure.
We'll have
that out of that 1.1 crore.
My question, my closing comments, closing comments. First from the Congress, BJP, Vani Tripathi. I'm coming to you, Amee Yajnik. First to the BJP. Now, Rahul Gandhi said this balloon will explode, you see. In 2004, the India Shining campaign was a brilliant campaign, and the BJP is good at marketing, but the balloon is about to explode this time. Did you, my question to Arati Jerath is, did you feel convinced about the new kind of aggression that Rahul Gandhi displayed at that press conference when he said the BJP balloon is going to explode?
You know, the problem with Rahul Gandhi is he's so on and off that it's very difficult to be convinced by anything he says. And you know, I think the biggest tragedy of the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi is that Rahul Gandhi, people of this country want a change today. And Rahul Gandhi has been unable to position himself as that vehicle of change.
No, but
and unfortunately, this manifesto, which I believe the Congress showed a 6-minute video film in which they clearly said that this was Rahul Gandhi's footprint, imprint, handprint, everything on the manifesto. And this manifesto just reads like more of the same. So if people want change, they're certainly not going to go for the Congress after seeing this manifesto.
Okay, so
it's just more of the same.
Vani Tripathi.
Old wine in new bottles.
Vani Tripathi and then Amee Yajnik will close.
Vani.
Arnab, we are not one bit amused, and actually, it's very interesting that he is saying this. All this is a hot balloon, because all that he is hot air. And as one of his leaders had said, cameo of a leadership. So it's fine. He can dream about balloons and hot airs and all those things. And on 16th of May, we will know what is
Amee Yajnik,
leadership, what is good.
Amee Yajnik.
The sad part of this manifesto is that when economy is low,
Yes, Amee.
we are discussing things which were not deliverable.
Yes,
as far
Amee,
as
last
the
word.
government was concerned.
Arnab, this is a vision document, and a vision is for the future. You will see what it is going to promise, what it has promised, and this is ground reality. You cannot wish away the ground reality of this country, and Rahul ji has gone to every section, engaged, involved, interacted, and so it is the reality.
Amee Yajnik,
Let
Vani
us face it,
Tripathi,
and there is the change.
Ajay
He
Bose,
is the leader
Prasenjit,
of tomorrow. He is the visionary leader.
Vinod
You take it from
Mehta,
me, and you will see that this manifesto
Arati
is a
Jerath.
right-based paradigm which is going to
Now,
take
you know
India
what?
forward.
I'll tell you, just find out. I have only one request. Please go, when you go back, you find out whether this was a copy, who copied from whom. We really want an answer both from the BJP and the Congress. Thank you for joining me on the Newshour Debate 1 tonight. Thank you.
That you go back to